I would open it literally within the first second and say the F word. That would be me. That would be me. Okay. What's up, guys? How are you? So, I have a feeling tonight's going to be like a one-part video.
Probably, but first I want to get
we'll
this
see.
out there. Someone posted to, I don't know, Tumblr, some Reddit, whatever, that one of the people that follows us and that we follow on Insta, My Liars feed posted this. She didn't write this, but someone said that Mona that we see in the Perfectionists is not the same Mona from PLL. She's an ultra-realistic robot created by Hotchkiss Industries, particularly the large data analyst / rocket scientist that they listed here, Jeremy, Caitlin's boyfriend, and was sent by Claire to spy on Allison. She communicates, and I can't speak with her operator, by talking to mirrors, was designed to use pi for fuel, and her settings are reset when smacked across the puss. At the end of the pilot, when she is told to go to her safe place, she is sent back home like a goddamn Roomba, returning to its charging station. If that happens, I'm not continuing with this bullshit.
Yeah, that's...
Absolutely
do I think that that's
ridiculous.
what's going to happen? No.
Tonight, we actually saw Mona interact with someone other than Allison.
So there goes that theory.
There goes that theory of Allison.
It was cute while it lasted.
It was.
But
It was
like
fun. All
the
things, that too came to an end.
Right. Really quick.
That's not what I meant by a cameo, by the way, walking in the background of the videos.
Really quick, I just want to mention, there's a girl on Twitter. Her name is Meg, I believe. And she runs a blog, and I was talking a bit with her on Twitter this past couple of days, and she's got a blog. It's called lifesashowblog.com, and she does recaps on PLL. I think she does a couple other shows too, but she does recaps on PLL, and her recaps are, I want to say, pretty similar to like the way that like we recap, but in a much more organized fashion. She says, she actually, she was talking, when I was talking to her, she was saying like, oh, you know, I can't do it on video because like, I'd be like off on tangents. I'm like, that's literally us to a freaking T. That is
Speaking
us.
of being off on tangents.
So check her blog out. I'll link it
Check
below.
her blog out. Speaking of being off on tangents, I've just got to throw in there that in the fall, the American Horror Story has been announced.
We're doing recaps to that.
We're going to be doing recaps on that because it looks phenomenal.
Right.
It's called 1984. Check out on Facebook, American Horror Story.
Check
out the preview trailer for that. It looks like a Jason Voorhees friggin' compilation with...
It looks so good.
It really does.
From like a 30-second like
I was
sneak
impressed
peek trailer. It looked
by
really
the trailer,
good.
so
yeah.
I'm hoping it's not going to let me down. Anyways, back to
So
this.
let's get into it. 3 minutes in, maybe
The
we'll
Ghost Sonata.
Oh,
So-
really quick.
Of course.
Really quick. I think that tonight's episode was very blah.
It was like a filler episode as in PLL,
Yeah,
and I agree.
I mean, you know, a couple things happened, but like
I
it
agree.
really was
I mean,
just
overall,
kinda,
it was just like, whatevs.
could have done without it.
But
Right.
we did find out a couple of things in this episode. First and foremost, Emily's text being ignored by Allison in the beginning of the show.
Right.
Pretty Little Liars has taught us anything. That is not Mason's gum in the goddamn forest.
Whoever they think it is, it never is. Whoever they're pointing fingers at is never the frickin' suspect.
On the other hand...
What? Don't say it. Don't say it.
What?
Because she hasn't gotten that far.
I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
I'm talking about the fact that he's most likely the person who stole the stash.
Yes, that would be it. Right.
Okay.
So whoever stole Nolan's stash from where he hides it possibly could be Mason, but just because that person stole it doesn't necessarily mean that they're the one that killed him.
Right. Now, we find out that Mona is actually Caitlin's advisor. At which point we were like, so she advises her. And then the next thing you know, they're sitting there having a conversation. Go ahead, you were going to say something.
Speaking of Nolan's stash...
Yeah.
I honestly think that the reason, if Mason is the one that has it, I think that Mason has it because I think Nolan had something on Mason also.
Oh, no doubt.
You know what I mean?
He was that type of
Right.
person that he had secrets and held them over everybody's
So
head.
I think Mason also has a secret too. So.
Right. So as Mona is sitting there and tells Caitlin, after Caitlin talks about how she finds Allison, like, and they go back and forth talking about how she reminds her and blah, blah, blah. Mona almost gets smashed in the face with a screwdriver by Ray, who we come to find out is Ray Hagedick.
Well, we don't necessarily know. It was not confirmed that is.
It is not confirmed yet. However, you've seen the episode.
Okay.
So we find out.
I'm saying it's PLL, and that person
Very
could come
true.
in and be like, "No, I'm the cleaning person, and
Yeah.
I'm just cleaning in here." They leave you on a cliffhanger like that, when in all reality, it might not be.
The cliffhanger was different than that, but Mona's going back and forth with a person by the name of Bad Bishop. Who knows? Maybe that's Ray Hagedick. That
Ray Hagedick.
That tells her, you know, it's her love interest. They're going back and forth. We see that it leads away to another part of it. We'll talk about it in a few minutes. So here comes fucking Booker. Booking her goddamn way into Ava's money and talking about how she pays for tuition and whatnot. First of all, bitch. That is not your goddamn business. If the tuition is getting paid, get the fuck off your high horse and make a getaway and get the fuck away from it.
She's trying to
She's
rattle
trying
them.
to rattle them, exactly.
You know,
but at the same
no
time,
matter what she can have, like,
yeah, like what did she
against
expect
them.
to come from that? Oh my god, you know, I got that money because, like,
my
it's not.
daddy left me that money. Oh, it's all stolen. Like, no, like, she's not gonna tell you that.
Bullshit. Anyways.
And the reason she's not putting it into an account is because obviously they can seize that if she can't prove it's hers. Do you know what I mean? They could probably take it from her. So.
Yes. Now, we saw the interaction with Claire Hotchkiss, Jeremy, the large data analyst, and Caitlin.
Yeah, Jeremy.
That's
Data
it.
analyst. Somebody is trying to mess up Mona's.
Did I say analyst? I meant to say analyst, but okay.
Oh,
whatever. You get it.
He works with computers. So just putting that out there. Am I saying, again, it could be nothing.
Red herring, as we know, to be very famous in Marlene's friggin' world of PLL. I see a rat comes flying across the scoreboard. Next thing you know, you see Allison holding an envelope talking about Rosewood, family law, and mediation. And then, go ahead, you have something to say about this.
Speaking of the rat, I do not think whoever is giving them, like, these messages, like, I see a rat, blah, 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 the rat in the trunk. I don't think that they're referring to Caitlin.
Talking about Ava's
Ava
family?
out.
Absolutely not. Like,
I mean, that's so, like high school, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I told somebody what your actual, like, no, I don't think that that's what the person that is framing them or leaving them messages, whatever you want to say, is referring to.
So then we come upon a conversation between Allison and Claire Hotchkiss. Or, that was Allison, right? Yes. Allison and Claire Hotchkiss were sitting there.
Caitlin, well, at first, I thought you were talking about Caitlin and Claire Hotchkiss. Framing, like...
No, I'm not, I went past that already.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the conversation between Allison and Claire Hotchkiss.
Yes.
Where, curiously, she uses the words of Nolan's death when Taylor left, and then her husband being shot. These people keep flying and dropping like fucking flies around this woman. Leads you to think that she might have something to do with it, but then again, it is PLL. Okay, then we get a fucking A homage. I see you,
for the first second, I was like, don't you start with me. I fell right into that rabbit hole at first. But then I was like, Ava. And then we saw Ava, and I was like, I know all of our hearts out there, that people that have watched PLL, I know your heart skipped a beat when you saw that, because I was like, no, not today, Marlene, not happening. I was not going to do that again.
Right.
No.
Now, how, pray tell, does Mason know of the good, the bad, and the British?
Yeah.
Was he told something by Nolan? is he watching these people from a distance? Like, obviously, we saw him watching her and Jeremy talking, but
we don't know if Mason
what the hell does he actually know on people?
Mason knows Jeremy. We have no clue.
So then we get into where Mona finds Hagedorn on the fucking computer and sees that he's at the Holmen Annex, which is scheduled for demolition.
And that person has...
Whoever that person is, they had newspaper articles galore a la Mona's apartment of Hotchkiss doing this, Hotchkiss doing that, Hotchkiss this, Hotchkiss this, Hotchkiss that. So what's Ray's Hagedick relation to these people?
Can I ask you a question?
Ask away.
Because I don't know if I really paid attention through this. So
Oh, Jesus, here we go.
when Claire was referring to Nolan dying,
Right.
Taylor leaving,
Right.
what'd she say about her husband?
He was shot.
Okay, but she didn't say he died.
No.
Right. So I'm not saying that I'm just saying another thing that may be possible is Nolan and Taylor's father. I mean,
Right.
I don't know. Okay, go ahead.
And that's exactly where my head went with it too. I'm having trouble speaking tonight. Tonight is an off day, okay? It's been an off day all day. Bear with me.
I had a great day today.
Okay, that's good for you. Megan got a new car. Congratulations. It's absolutely...
Okay, go ahead. Anyway.
It's absolutely beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful, and I can't talk. Anyways, so... Mona gets another message from the bad bishop. He wants her to leave a fucking chess piece on the table so that he knows who she is. And then we see her blast into the Holmen Annex. This is where everything goes down, where we see the pictures and blah, blah, blah. Now we come upon Allison. She comes up to a gate that's stupidly locked that you could walk around or blast under. I mean, like, whether or not that's for cars. Yeah, it's for vehicles, okay, but I mean, fucking swing underneath the damn thing or swing like Allison did right around it. Not a good way to keep people the fuck out. But she comes upon the camper that is dripping with strawberry jam from the fucking, like, cupboard that's all over the place.
Wasn't strawberry jam, though.
It was a fucking jar of something. If she's sucking blood down from a jar... It looked like strawberry, maybe it was raspberry jam, whatever the fuck it was. It was some kind of fucking jam in a jar that's dripping from the cupboard. She opens the cupboard and there's a fucking book, The Patchwork Girl. Now she's got all the Oz series. This is another part of it. Ozma of Oz, Wizard of Oz, fucking shithead of Oz. All these fucking Oz's that she writes her own goddamn maps in because she lives in a fairy tale world with a fucking... whatever. Anyways, so she comes blasting into the camper. Allison tries to talk to her, and she pieces the fuck out and locks Allison in, and that's where it ends. So, your thoughts on why, pray tell, she would lock him. Why do I keep saying pray tell?
She's afraid. She might not really... I don't know.
She knows that Allison is with the faculty. She knows that Allison is with the faculty.
Right. But does she even know Allison?
I'm sure she does because
she's keeping an eye on everyone, I guess. I was very unimpressed with this episode.
As I said, it was a filler episode.
Yeah. I mean, we know what those are like, and, so it was just like a kind of like, bleh, to me. You know what I mean? Like, I just wasn't very impressed, and therefore, like, I don't think there was really much to discuss. Like,
there's really not, other than the fact that
everything was, like, cut and, like, dry, We still have yet to find out about Ray Hagedick, and whether or not that guy was him with a creepy screwdriver bearded face motherfucker. Trying to kill Mona.
Or if it's the actual father of Taylor and Nolan Hotchkiss, which would explain the newspaper clippings. But we have to find that out, and we have to see if Allison, a la the moms in the basement, ever gets out of the camper in next week's episode.
I can't with you. So yeah, let us know your opinions on this.
Give us some opinions on this, because with me not being able to talk and Megan wanting to go outside and make love to her car, I think that's it for this week. See you next Wednesday. Have a good night.